Hello, I don't even know if you can see me in this dark. It's going to be a great test of my camera. I'm leaving at about 5:30 a.m. to head to Lyndon State College for a Rotary President training. I'm going there also over the last couple weeks, realizing how much I'm looking forward to seeing where I lived for 4 years, a place that shaped me. There's so many memories there. I'm not sure how much I'm going to video, but I thought I needed to do this to put some sort of context in case I do. I've just had a ton of memories cropping up. I visited 15 years ago, and a number of times before that. It's just been a long time, and I think as I'm getting older, I'm really those memories are huge. This is what we all experience, I guess, at this point. Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing what I see. Okay, bye. So I'm feeling a little emotional, which is kind of weird. I showed up and I thought it was all gone. It was there's a new attachment to Vail. It's really nice. Janitor helped steer me to what I remembered. They said, "Oh no, they just attached it to this building." So it was weird to think for a moment. It was like my home was gone. It's a really foreign attachment. Anyway, I'm rambling, but this is what I remember. This view right here, Wheelock over there, and the pond, and I know they had attached part of the library over there, and I've visited since then. And I remember going to class there, and this is what I remember of the lounge. It's different, but it's kind of the same. And there's plenty of things I don't recognize. I feel like I've gone 100 years into the future. It's kind of crazy, but I'm gonna walk this a little bit. Dining hall over there, and where I lived for years. So it's silly how you can feel. So I'm gonna look around a little bit more, maybe do some more filming, and at some point I'm gonna get up and do the conference. Okay, I'm better now. Oh wow, this is what I remember. This is what I remember. I do not remember any of that. I think that entire complex over there has been added, but I definitely remember this, and I can even catch a whiff of something familiar. It smells familiar. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Well, I gotta run upstairs and see what I can find up there. Yeah, I think I'm going to be doing a lot of recording today. This was the president when I was here, Peggy. 1989 to 97. Well, I was 88 to 92. Somewhere along here. Oh man. Oh man. Somewhere along here was the office that I interned in, Office of Public Relations. And not that it's going to be the same, but I remember the president's office. Yeah, I think I've passed it. Alright, for giggles, we're going to go up to the next floor. It should be the classrooms. I remember running up this all the time. Yeah. Yeah. I used to come in and stuff mailboxes here. This was my advisor, Alan Boyd's office. And this view, I used to adore coming up for this view. I can't tell if it's housing, but I'm going to go visit that. Anyone who watches this, that was the Lyndon State College Rescue Service. No idea what it is now, if it's anything. can pick up on this. Well, anyway, I got some touring to do. Yeah, so it's like memory doesn't fade, like muscle memory. My legs are taking me to all the places that I used to go a lot. I used to be down, well, where I started and had a little bit of an emotional moment. And this, still a bit chilly, but it used to be this really old, cranky hallway between buildings. And it led to, oh, the science wing, yeah. Wow, the one class I failed was in that room. The Etruscan woman, hello Etruscan woman, it's been a while. Gonna be a little less loud, or people are gonna think I'm crazy. Lyndon State Rescue Squad. There we go. Well, there's a picture. And I don't see myself in that, but I think that was a class I was in. Hey, there I am. And Mike Lyman. Hello, Mike Lyman. Remember that? Oh my God, there I am. I see Lance McKenzie. I see a lot of people. Pixley, I think you're in there somewhere. There you are. I see you, Mr. Pixley, my roommate. Haven't seen you in a long time. Wow. That is incredible. Wow. Wow. I feel like, no, it's not there. I'm gonna have to go visit that. Yeah, so I guess I totally understand all the people who would come back when I was a kid here touring and be emotional, because I found this wall. It's the members of Lyndon, if I can get it at an angle, Lyndon Rescue Squad, 1972 to 96, and I immediately thought, oh, there's Chris Bixley and some other folks here, and I thought, am I here? And I'm looking, and then there I am. I guess that's like, they didn't forget me. It sounds weird. I'm so emotional. This is what happens to old men. I get really emotional. At least there's no one around to see me, other than who I'm sharing this with. Alright, I'm gonna stop and take a picture of this. Alright, we're heading to the Alexander Twilight Theater. I need to peek there, and then I should probably get back to this weird new wing. Looks like they redid the floor. I don't know if I can actually get in there. I forgot they had that. As I remember, that was the top of the original mansion. And I know they added this wing. It used to be the top of the library roof. Just for giggles, let's see if I can actually see inside the theater. Oh, and those classrooms. I guess not, which is okay. That was the Alexander Twilight Theater. No one gets in. How boring could this be for anyone who doesn't know about Lyndon State College? But I wonder, oh, shape, that's right. I wonder if they still have the racquetball courts that we used to play in. I think they do. That's right. I remember when they added shape. They added the pool. Racquetball court. I spent a ton of time here. Oh, hello, hello, hello. Oh my goodness. One time my roommate, Heath Lehman, I lost touch with a long time ago. we get stuck in here. We'd play hardcore and we'd run and we'd bounce against these doors, and then it got wedged. Oh, it was pretty scary. Worked out a lot of frustrations here. Guess I'm not being green. Green. Alright, well, I really do have to get back to the reason I came here. The secondary reason I came here. Which was, oh heck, I guess I gotta go to one more place. So when they were making the shape facility and they were actually making the pool, one of my friends, Mike Lyman, and I snuck in, and Alyssa Durkee and a few other folks, I doubt I'm going to be able to get in. Yeah. Got into, can't even see inside, got into this gymnasium and climbed the scaffolding up to the top just because it was a dumb thing to do. And Mike pushed the scaffolding and I was hanging off the rafters at the top of the gym and it was crazy. All right, now I gotta get back. And, oh. The videoing is never gonna stop and I'm never gonna make it to pets, but I can't say I started this, but I did this when I was the editor of The Critic, which is the newspaper at Lyndon State College, and it was very much like this. I am Vermont too, except for it was about making people personal, and at the time it was around LGBTQ folks, and they've just continued this wonderful diversity concept. Like, everywhere I'm going to go today, I'm going to have memories, and look at that. And it'll only mean something to somebody who hasn't been here for 30 years and whose 4 years meant everything. Everything. I'm thinking 30 years ago, 25 years ago, there were no cell phones, there were no video cameras, were these giant things you put on your shoulder. I gotta find my way back. Okay, bye. We're on a little break during the Rotary, so I wanted to go see a little more of the campus. I'm heading to Stevens Dining Hall. I'm heading to the pond, which used to have a fountain, and it used to have a nickname. And I don't know how appropriate it is to use the nickname depending on who's watching the video. But I don't see a running fountain, but it was called the Pond Penis. Okay. I'm gonna see if I can actually enter the Stevens Dining Hall. Gotta just capture some of this because so many memories. All right. It's not too different. This is where fish actually played, if you can believe it. Celebrate used to be right there. Used to have every meal here, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's kind of neat to see some things haven't changed. Huh? Pretty cool. Okay, so it's a 15-minute break, so I am going to walk towards where I lived in Whitelaw. I believe it was 3rd floor. I have about 7 million tons of memories. Everywhere I look. Everywhere I look. Harvey Academic Center. Wow, I got the trees down, I think. Bailey. Yeah, they did. Probably a long time ago, but right in the center, which I'm walking towards, there used to be a little space with trees and a place to sit. Yeah, and I used to live right up there. Poland, that's right. Forgetting the names of the dorms. Poland, Bailey, Arnold, Whitelaw. Crevecoeur, that's right. That's where I lived, right up on the 3rd floor. Some poor kid hopefully isn't looking out his window, think I'm being creepy. But, yeah. So one of the things that strikes me about, I think anywhere you go as an adult when you were a kid, is how much smaller it seems. When I lived here, it felt like a giant city. But I came from a small town, so anything where you were living side by side with like 500 people felt large. Alright, I should get back. Oh my god. So before I get there, I have to show you something. The Lyndon Critic is still a thing. I'm so excited. I gotta say that some of this big fancy technology probably post-dates me. I think in my day we had big cameras with film, so for posterity, I'm gonna have to just break out a photo of that. Anyway, I was the editor of the paper, and it gave me some of my first sense of staff management and responsibility and all those important things. And I always thank Alan Boy, who I wish I could find and contact and tell him so much of what he did shaped me. Okay. So I think I'm going to find a seat and try to process a little bit of this briefly. Showing you one more thing, Wheelock dorm. I remember some interesting times there. I just visited Harvey. I was going to video, but I didn't really feel like there was a lot to show. I'm showing these trees because it's a reminder about how many decades ago it was that I was here. Those trees were itty bitty teeny tiny, and now they're huge. I think I'm going to grab a seat over on one of those benches. Okay, I'm going to grab a seat, but I just wanted to show you where I was sitting and one last look at the campus. So, if you watch this far, I don't even know what this video is going to be like, but I'm really reminded of how big an influence this campus was on me and all the people that I met and shaped who I became. I don't know, I think I'm going to have to take more time and process what I want to say, which is unusual for me, but I'm just gonna turn this around and do one last scope of the campus. I'm going to try to stop at what used to be the Lyndon State Rescue Squad bay and dorm, and then head home. No, you know what? I do have stuff to say. Haha! I remember walking over there the last day I was here, and for graduation, I was walking down in my cap and gown, and I was leaving my home. I think when people graduate, there's a lot of different feelings, and sometimes it's excitement to get on with life, or just being done with a place and wanting to move on. And I loved where I was. It was also a reflection of who I was at the time, that I didn't like change. I didn't like new big things, and when I adapted to this place and I grew and yeah, I got acclimated, and it's not who I am now. Now I love change, but back then I didn't know what my future held, and it was pretty bleak. I was coming back home to work at a hardware store. Nothing wrong with a hardware store, but I was mocked for what people thought of as having wasted my time, and I was leaving all my friends, I was leaving what I knew, I was leaving my identity and my purpose, and so that's just what that one space reminds me of. And the library before had that big attachment. Yeah, I remember when I would get the call to go on a rescue call, and I'd sprint down that little road to the bay, and that's what I think of when I look at that. I guess I'm just reminded about how grateful I was for the opportunity to have attended here. It was more than just the professors and the wisdom that they provided. It was more than the friends I made and learning to socialize. It was more than finding purpose. It was more than learning and growing. So clearly my camera stopped saving video, but to finish my sentence, I'm sitting here editing and realizing that just sort of ended oddly. There is a little more video, so keep watching if you've actually watched this far. But I wanted to say that it was clearly all of those things. It was the friends, the staff, the experiences, the learning, all of those things together. And yeah, okay, there we go. So of course I have to come to the Lyndon State Rescue Squad building. What is it called now? Health and Counseling Services Lyndon Rescue Incorporated. Yeah, a lot of memories here too. I only served on for 2 years, but on the back side of the building, more or less. Do not believe there's microwave in use. Rescue's main entrance. I could read that. So right after I was standing at that door in the last shot, I walked around to the back of the rescue squad building, knocked on the door, and this really nice guy who also had the name of Tony opened up, and I told him who I was and that I once served on the rescue squad. And he asked if I'd like a tour, so he gave me a tour of their current facilities. They have two I would say sleeping quarters, a living area that used to be in what we once called the third bay, and he gave me a tour of their new vehicles, and it was really cool. And he was interested in what I remembered from 25 years ago, and he said he had been working there for 11 years. So I didn't record because it felt kind of intrusive, but I wanted to add that piece. I thought you would be interested. Okay, I have a little bit more video because right after this I did some recording downtown. So stay tuned. Michael Lyman, do you recognize this house? You had an apartment here, first floor. John Calandria, you came and partied with us a few times. I'm checking everything out, Mr. Lyman. Hello. Okay, dash cam again. We're gonna go around this corner, and I know the puking pig has been covered, but the puking pig was the Florentine boar, and you can kind of see it over there. We'll just keep the dash cam going. How's this? So the Florentine boar, there were like 3 of them in the world, and one of them ended up in Lyndonville. I'll find a picture and try to splice it into this video. There's like one in The Great Escape and one here. And the Florentine boar is a fountain, and because water comes out of its mouth, it became known as the puking pig. So I'm just driving with my little old dash cam here and trying to find some familiar turns and spaces, and it's been forever. Oh, I should have gone that way. Well, I'm going this way. Now I'm going to go this way and see what we can see for downtown Lyndonville, where I have not been in a very, very long time. I don't know if I'll recognize anything. Super small town. duper small town America. I'm gonna go this way first because I remember a store called the White Market, which eventually moves up the street, and I'm wondering if there's anything left of it over here. House of Pizza. Doing a right turn here. Oh, this is what it was. I don't know what it is now. It's still the White Market! Hello, White Market. This is where we would go for our food and beverages. All as Lyndon State College students. Okay, holy crap, I'm not stopping my cam because there's a story I've got to tell you over here. I'm stopping my car right here. I'm pulling it off of its thing. Okay, up there, it's an apartment. Is anyone around left to know this story? This guy one night came and my friend Kelly Stewart, Kelly Hannon, and Chris Pixley were up there hanging out, and this crazy drunk guy tried to break in and kick in the windows and terrorized us for a while, and it was quite a circumstance for us, but the shortcut has led me here. Alright, now I'm going this way. This back on the dash cam. It's totally a dash cam, hands-free. Trust me. There's apartments over to the right there where sometimes with the Darling Inn, that's what it's called, where the rescue squad would come to pick up seniors who were in distress sometimes. Alright, lastly, before I leave town, get the sun in my eyes, woo! Lastly, before I leave town, over here we've got the Miss Lyndonville Diner. Everyone said, take some video of Miss Lyndonville. And I'm not going in right now, it's packed. But anyone who knows Lyndonville and Lyndon State College knows how good their food is. So, yeah. Alright. That was a good visit, I'm heading out. Love you all, bye.